Okay. Hi, welcome, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Sarah. I am freezing. I'm freezing. I haven't taken a shower since I went to the gym, so I'm gross. I'm cold and gross, but here we are. We're here to talk about books. We're here to talk about the 3 things that I've read in the past week, 2 of which are part of a series, so it'll be quick. So, start of the list. I'm sorry, it's 4 things I read this week. Top of the list. Can you tell I've had a day? It's been a good day. I'm a little all over the place. It happens. Top of the list is Murder by Memory by Olivia Waite. I really, really enjoyed this, and I'll go ahead and spoiler. I did read the second book, so these are 2 books. I'm going to talk about them at the same time. The first book is out. It is a novella. It's only 100 pages, and it is part of this like cozy sci-fi mystery series. I believe I saw online that it's been like compared to Becky Chambers' The Monk and Robot meets Miss Marple, or like an Agatha Christie style mystery, and I would say that's actually very much correct and on the point, and it is delightful. So the first book, Murder by Memory, our intrepid detective, Dorothy Gentleman, I believe is her name. She wakes up in a new body, and this is set on a spaceship where people can be, their consciousness, their memories can be stored in these books in this big vast library on a spaceship, and this ship is leaving Earth to find a habitable planet. And as your life like ends, you can just be recanted, I think is the phrase they used, into a new body, and you basically start your life again. And you start at like age 20, and you live as long as you would like till you get a new body, and the ship repurposes the old body, blah, blah, blah. So she finds herself in a body, and it's not a body that has been freshly made for her, it's an existing body, and she has to solve a murder, and she also has to figure out why someone has tried to delete some books in the library. So they have tried to completely erase somebody's person in the library so they can't come back. And it's 100 pages. It is absolutely delightful. It's so cozy. It is so quick and easy. My thing with Olivia Waite, I think that's how you say her last name. I've read her historical romances. I think those were some of her debuts. I have read those, and I really, really liked them. I just found them a little bit dense for me. So I read only a couple of them, and then I was like, I'll wait and see what other genres she ventures into if she does. And this is what she has done. And this is perfect for her. This is like the perfect length and style for her. She's really, I can tell, refined her writing out, and I like it a lot. So I do recommend this. I can't recommend buying it because it's 100 pages and it's a little expensive for 100 pages, but I did get my copy on Amazon on a like daily deal. So if you can catch it there, like Amazon or Kobo on a daily deal, like $1, $2, $3, or if your library has it, pick it up from the library, or even on Audible. I don't know if it's on Audible or Libby or anything like that on audiobook. So it is worth a read if you like cozy murder mystery, that sort of thing. I thought it was delightful. Now the sequel, Nobody's Baby, comes out in, I don't even know. It comes out next year. It is just as delightful. It's just as wonderful. And I think I would even say I like it better just because it is longer and it deals with a slightly heavier topic. So in this one, we see Dorothy has to solve the mystery of this baby that shows up spontaneously on board. Now, all the what's the word? Crew members? No, all the passengers on the ship have been genetically adjusted so that they can't have children on this long voyage because the ship only has so much room for so many people. Like, they can continue to come back in new bodies, but it has all been planned and plotted for their space issues, right? You're on a spaceship. You can't have more and more and more people. Well, this baby shows up, and she has to figure out, 1, whose baby is it, and 2, why was it abandoned on her nephew's doorstep? And her nephew is the script writer for the ship. Like, he is the guy that is in charge of the ship, basically. Everybody knows he can handle things. So they've dropped it on her nephew's doorstep, and the baby is well taken care of and, like, loved throughout the story. So it's not a story about emotional manipulation around a baby, thankfully. Instead, we see her unravel this intricate, what turns out to be far more intricate than anticipated plot. And I really loved it. Both of these stories seemed to handle, in a light, like cozy way, the idea of immortality and wealth This one especially, the second one, was like choice and who gets it, humanity, that sort of thing, and just, it was really good. It's like a very light touch. It's a very light theming. It's not heavy or anything like that. If you don't look for it, you're not going to see it. But it's the word I would describe these books with is lovely. I thought this was lovely. Will I get physical copies? I would love to have physical copies, but I don't know if I can justify the cost physically. We'll see if I can find them affordably. Again, this is one that I think it'll be worth looking for like an e-copy of, or from the library, if you want a cozy mystery read. I really like it. My problem with novellas these days is simply the cost. So many novellas are so expensive to physically own, and I am very much a believer in physical media. So I don't know. Moving on, I read another e-arc for next year. This one is The Book of Blood and Roses by Annie Summerly, I believe. Now, this is going to be one of those big fancy special editions, so I want to make sure to get it read. So let you know what I thought. Honestly, I don't know. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. Let me scoot over so I can actually leave space for it over here. It's fine. I thought this was going to be like a dark academia, sapphic enemies to lovers situation, something like, what was that one by S.T. Gibson, An Education in Malice. This is not that. It starts off very strong and moody, and it gives that initial like, ooh, dark academia. Oh, we've got like a little bit of a Buffy maybe vibe going on, like, it was good. But the more we get into the story, we lose that. So this is about a vampire hunter who is hunting vampires because they killed her family, she has been told. She is on a job. We see her do her deed. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. I liked it. I did like it. And she is told she has to go to a school to hunt down this lost book because it will help her vampire hunting league group more effectively kill vampires. So she's like, okay. Well, she gets enrolled in this school. It is a vampire academy that is now taking mortals. It's trying to integrate more with the society. And she is given a room with a roommate, which was not planned. She didn't know that was going to happen. And it turns out her roommate is this vampire, this very important vampire, this heir to this empire. And we go from there. So like I said, it was strong at the beginning, and we kind of lose it because about a third to midway through, we start to see these secondary characters come into shape. And they felt a lot like the book that I would most compare this to that came out this year is Spellcaster. And if you'll remember, I read that and reviewed that as well. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It didn't take itself too seriously, and it gave like comedic CW vibes. It wasn't perfect. There were some jokes I hated, but it was fun. This felt like it went from moody and dark academia to that. And the whiplash was a little too much for me. I didn't enjoy it. In the end, this wasn't for me. The relationship went from, I can't trust her, she's a vampire, to, oh my god, I love her. I am in love with her. It just so quick. There was, we just lost a lot of the tone and atmosphere, I think, on this one. And I didn't end up loving it. It's not one I think I'll pick up. If you liked something like Spellcaster, if you liked it a lot more than me, you might really like this. But ultimately, this was just not it for me. Not it for me. My physical read, the one other book I finished, the physical read that I finished this week, was another new T. Kingfisher, Snake Eater. She needs to slow down. Honestly, I'm getting behind. I finished this. This is, in the acknowledgments, she said when people ask her what this book is about, she says an angry roadrunner spirit. And there's always two responses to that. One is like, oh, like the cartoon? Or the other response is, let me tell you a horrifying story of a roadrunner, because they are horrifying birds. I think she described it as a cross between a velociraptor and a chicken with a shiv. And if you've never been attacked by a chicken, you might not understand that. But chickens can either be very sweet or very homicidal. So, here we go. This is about, what is her main character? It's Selena. Selena is kind of running away from her grief and her partner, Walter, who is reprehensible. She ends up in this little desert town that her aunt lived in, and she's only following an address on a postcard from like a year ago. She brings her dog Cooper, and they get to this town and find out her aunt has already passed away. But because she's next of kin, they say you can stay in her home if you'd like. And the town itself is extremely welcoming. It's absolutely lovely. The characters around Selena were an absolute delight and joy to read about. The mayor, police officer, fire chief, and postmistress, Jenny, was the one that cracked me up the most, because I feel like that has to be a reference to Pokemon, because she's Officer Jenny. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching, but it has to be. It has to be. Then we also have Grandma Billy, who is this old lady who lives next door. And by next door, I mean a few houses down, unoccupied houses down. The father at the local church. These characters, they're all absolutely delightful. Selena gets there, and we start to find out that there's more to this town than meets the eye, and there is a spirit that had ties to her aunt that is now trying to make ties to her, and it is it's great. So this has got a mix of, like, of course it's got T. Kingfisher's trademark humor, her like almost cozy feel, like the whimsical feel to it, but there is the darkness in it, in that you're getting attacked. There's going to be a little bit of blood. There's going to be some violence. There's talk and touch on things like abusive relationships and people mistreating you or treating you as lesser than. And I mean, it's all addressed and it's all taken care of. So this was absolutely lovely. I don't know if you could see from the tabbies. I really loved it. Obviously, Teen Kingfisher stan over here. But if you want something in that kind of a setting, it's very desert. You feel the desert. It's very friendly and welcoming. This is a great book. It's a great book to pick up. But that's everything I read this week. Like I said, it was 2 very short things, and then that e-arc in this. I have not, but need to start Peerless tonight. My friend has not started it yet. She's having a rough week at work, which is fine. So I am going to start it, I think, tonight and get some work in on it. And then I think for my e-arc read that I'm going to read the new biography of Dolly Parton that comes out at the end of the month. It's called Ain't Nobody's Fool, The Life and Times of Dolly Parton. It's by Martha Ackman. I am from East Tennessee. We love Dolly here. In fact, I went to Dollywood this weekend. So I'm very excited for that. And then my long-term physical read right now is a nonfiction, The Dawn of Everything, A New History of Humanity. I am only 50 pages into this, so I am still learning. The thesis, like the whole premise behind this, is basically saying our ideas of civilization and how we supposedly went from hunter-gatherers and peaceful to chaos, inequality, and like democracy. Like that whole stereotype is inherently false. Like there is much more there. Anyway, I will try to explain more as I read. I'm still learning. This is a bit dense and complex for me, but you know what? That's the point of nonfiction, is we learn. I need to go upstairs and actually check my notes and actually write down some things so that I can comprehend it a little bit better. That is what I am reading. I also wanted to, I have started for like my interspersed between when I'm on my phone, but I don't have my Kindle. I am going to read the Cyprin. I think it's the Cyprin. It's the new Mercedes Lackey in her Elemental series, her Elemental Masters series. It comes out also the same day as the Dolly Parton memoir. It comes out on the 30th. So that's also one that I'm kind of like touching gently here and there. I'll read a few pages when I'm down. But that is it. It's everything that I've read this week summed up. Let me know what you have read. Let me know what y'all are reading, what y'all are up to. And I will talk to you guys again next week. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.